Hey there, people of the world where computers, TVs, and other such things that don't go on YouTube and the like. I'm your autistic guy, and this is an open letter to the last leg and the people at Open Mic. So I've tried to speak to them, and no one will let me speak to them. So if you could all retweet this and share it and so on, it would be appreciated. Right, Adam, Josh, Alex, you need to understand that what you are doing is not good. What you are doing is basically making things worse. Okay? I don't care who above you is saying you have to push this, you have to push that, you have to push this, you have to push that. When I saw the remember, I am autistic, if it helps more on the Asperger's side. When I first saw the Paralympics series, I enjoyed it. When you started doing the news, I started enjoying it, and then there was a tweak, or it started to tweak, and then I noticed you were saying very certain things. You were saying very certain things and trying to make certain groups of people happy. Now, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? People will watch you. If you stayed in the middle and just stated an opinion, stated both opinions and actually went from both sides, people would be alright. People would be alright with it. But you don't. You said with the whole Brexit, you've said you've gone the whole time and said you've made it clear you want to remain. I don't fucking care what you want. It's not about what you want. The whole point of your show is to be a comedy show. It's not to sit there and make everything. It's not to sit there and say the whole point of your show is to sit there and say, you must be a Remainer because someone in my ear is saying so. That's not the point of your show. You covered the March to Leave. Don't you think it's a bit important? And I did the first day. I did the first day of it. Don't you think that people deserve the right and the admiration of the fact they are doing such a very long walk because of what is happening and the fact that they want to leave? Is that not important to anyone? Is that not something you'd think might be important? With the whole thing about the doctor becoming a female, don't you think that there might be a reason that people don't want her to be a female other than her being a female? I mean, I didn't want her to be a female because I didn't think it was right to begin with, but I knew from the beginning that they'd get a shit actress, which they did, and the stories would be terrible, which they were. And you don't even bring that up at all. You just scream down the camera at us and treat us like we're all bad. What's even worse still, when the Trump protest happened last year, you didn't mention anything about the fact that some of us were stuck in a police cordon for asking very reasonable questions. And I know that because I happen to be one of them. All I did was ask people why they were having to go at him before he had done anything. If he had done anything, it's understandable. He had done nothing by that point. He had just walked off of a plane. That's all he'd done. He hadn't grabbed hold of the Queen's Snatch. He hadn't grabbed hold of anything. He hadn't done anything wrong. All he did was walk off a plane. Now, why exactly are you so content with not even reporting that? If you're going to report things, don't you think you should actually do things as they had happened? Do you think that us who were stuck in the police cordon deserve at least a bit of admiration? I got caught. Bearing in mind, I am Jewish. I got called a Nazi by Antifa repeatedly for about 7 hours straight, and then about 2.5, 3 hours into it, I shouted to them, "Hey, I'm Jewish. Please explain." One guy replies to me and calls me a fascist. Right? Now, I am not offended by that, but the point is that there are people that fucking stupid who think it's okay to just go around calling people names without any reason to. No one even questioned why I was there. No one even questioned what my opinion was. Nobody questioned why I had the opinion. They just turn around and call us all Nazis for it. And you are agreeing with them and perpetuating it. You shouldn't be just sitting there going, well, some people have said this. Some people have said this. I'm going to guess that next week you're going to go on about that bullshit petition as well that got 3 million signatures because of people deciding to make millions of emails. If you look at where it was done, a lot of them were in one place. What does that tell you? What's more than that? And not everything is the way you think it is. The whole point of that show, and this is how I saw it at the beginning, I saw it as a place that was supposed to be for disabilities and for people with various disabilities, both mental and physical, to be able to have a little piss around and have a little bit of a joke about themselves. Because it's too PC now that you can't even do that. So I thought it'd be a nice little place. I at some point was hoping to actually try and, I mean, I'm not even a fan, but I'd at least like to have come on and actually a little bit of a joke about what I have. But hey, you can't even do that anymore. So, you know, well done for basically fucking things up more. And bearing in mind, you had Jamie Corbyn on. You had I think you've had Diana on. I can't remember, but you've also had Nick Clegg on. Why have you had Jacob Rees-Mogg on? Why have you not had Theresa May on? Why have you not had anyone else in the political spectrum? Could it be because you have some sort of affiliation, or could it be because you want someone to win? Also, speaking of which, why did you give the Dick of the Year award to Jacob Rees-Mogg? Because you don't like Brexit? Because Brexit isn't what you want? That's not a valid enough reason to give Jacob Rees-Mogg the Dick of the Year award. Speaking of which, you gave Donald Trump the steaming turd. Are you going to do that every year now because he's in the White House? Is that just going to be a running gag when you give him the steaming turd award because he's not who you would have wanted? Bearing in mind that Hillary Clinton has said at least once. Sorry, I won't say several times because I can't remember how many, but she said at least once. If she was in the White House, she would go to war. There is footage of this. So you are basically saying that if you want everything to go tits up because you got the wrong person. Yeah, not smart really, is it? Not smart at all. Bear that in mind. Also, why are you so content with treating everybody else like they're stupid? You've never talked to anybody who has a different opinion to you. You just push the same thing again and again and again and again. The whole point of this, from what I saw at the beginning, was it was supposed to be a place where people could discuss. It was meant to be from like a centralized opinion. Like you're not taking the left or right side. You're going to talk straight down the middle and let two people and then go from both sides. You've never done that. Never, not once. And as somebody who was mentally disabled and saw that show as a place where I could actually not call home, but you know what I mean, somewhere that would actually make me feel better on a Friday evening. You lost me a long time ago, and you have not made things any easier for people like me. Just because I don't feel the way you do, because I don't think the way you do, because I don't think the way you perpetuate and the way that you seem to think is correct, even though I'm allowed my own opinion, even though I can think how I do. Just because I'm not sitting there thinking how you want me to think, that doesn't make me wrong. And if any of you are actually, and this is the thing, I would love to be able to come on your show and actually explain what I think, and explain why I think it. And if you actually had the balls to do that, I would appreciate it. If it has to wait until the next series, fine. But I'd like to come on 1 week and talk from my own perspective as somebody who is on the autistic spectrum, who has a mental disability, and actually have the ability to speak from my own side. And bear in mind, I am not going to sit there and go, yeah, you're correct, you must be correct. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to say what I think and why I think it. If you don't like that, that is your problem. But I am allowed to have my own opinion. And I'm not going to be guilty of a thought crime because people like you don't agree with me. It's not exactly. Those of us who are disabled have enough problems in our lives. Without people like you, without people like, well, not really Alex, he just sits there and jokes occasionally. Apart from you, Adam, and the curly twat, making jokes about, basically, not making jokes, but trying to knock us down all the time, it doesn't help matters. It really doesn't help matters. At all. All I want you to do is I just want to be able to come on once, and I just want to explain my own side, and I want to explain how I feel about it. Because I don't, and I bear in mind, I am entitled to feel how I want to feel. I am not going to sit there and just agree with you because that's what you want to hear. I'm going to, if you give me the one opportunity to explain my opinion and maybe a few others from my side, that would help a lot. And remember, you are supposed to be the beacon for disabilities. You are supposed to be the show that gives people with disabilities a fucking chance. Therefore, if you are going to do that, I'm going to put it to you that you should fucking let me. And if you don't let me, then it damn well shows that you don't give a shit about disabilities in any way, shape and form. Because if you did, you'd give me a fucking chance. You'd let me on, you'd let me have a go, and at least explain my side, whether it's from the left or right, whether it's from the middle. You would give me a chance as a centrist to give my own opinion. And I swear to God, if you don't, it'll show us. Because the thing is, you've made it very clear from the beginning that you want to be about disability. Why don't you let someone with a mental disability for a change? Come on. Why don't you let somebody with a mental disability who can actually talk for himself? Come on. And yeah, okay, there's different levels of severity. There are different levels of severity. Yes, there's the severely autistic side. Yes, there's the Asperger's side. I'm on the Asperger's side. I can actually talk for myself, and I can actually think for myself. And if you really give enough, if you really, really, really care about disabilities, then you'd give me a goddamn chance to show my opinion, and and you'd actually talk to me about it, and we'd actually have a proper discussion. If you really do, if you're going to give me a chance, tweet me at that autistic guy. Okay? Tweet me at that autistic guy or get me through my Facebook page. I would really like to come on and actually talk to you and actually have a proper discussion about all this. Because up to now, you have had nobody with a mental disability that I've ever seen. You've not had anyone like that. Which makes me question how much you really care about the disabled.